Greetings YouTube, Dark Swordsman here, and I'm back to redo a old project, which is Dark Souls 3, because the last time I did it, let's be honest, I made a complete pig's ear of it. I didn't cover everything. I got into a mess at certain points as well, and I kind of feel like I could do better. I feel like the playthrough could do with a polish. I know I can do better. I know I can make the playlist look better. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to be using a little bit of a trick to help me. Some may consider it cheating. I consider it taking advantage of tools that I have available to me. Which is, I've got obviously a second PSN account, and with that I used my accounts working together to dupe some of my souls so that I could level up a bit quicker and a little bit easier and a little bit earlier. And obviously I have to get to a certain point to be able to access those souls, because I need to have my other account thrown across, which I can't do just yet. So anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on this new playthrough, and I'll explain the whole duping thing as and when we get to the point where I'll be giving myself the souls. I mean, it's not, well, I mean, it can be classed as duping, but not at the same time, I suppose. I don't know. Cannot create any more profiles, delete an existing profile, and then create a new one. Okay, so I've got too many profiles here. Okay, let's get rid of that one. Just goes to show how much I'm, playing.
Indeed.
I'll just crank the volume back up now for this.
Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder.
I wanted to keep the volume down to start off with, because I didn't want it to drown out my voice, as it were. Because obviously, I want to put commentary in.
In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old Lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, Saint of the Deep.
Now, although I'm going to be giving myself a bunch of souls to level up quickly, what I will not be doing is giving myself any form of equipment. Any equipment that we get, I will be getting during this playthrough via the normal means, and I will be showing you all the order that I believe is the correct order to do stuff in, and I'll be showing you the best methods for getting through everything, or I will at least try to show you the best methods. Obviously the swords and weapons I choose will be of my own preference. You may find that it's easier to get through with other stuff, so some of you might find it easier to use sorcery, some of you might find it easier to use axes, while others might find it easier to use swords and whatnot. Me personally, I tend to use great swords, though I do have a few other weapons that I rotate between depending on how I'm feeling, what mood I'm in. As for the ending that we're going to be going for, because there's like 2 to 3 different endings, I'm just going to go for the standard ending, but as we go along I will point out certain bits and pieces that go towards getting different storylines.
Unfit even to be Cinder. And so it is white ash seeketh embers.
I'll also point out which bosses are optional and which ones are required in order to get into Lothric Castle as well. Granted, we're going to be covering them all, but just to clarify. Okay, so first things first, we got to name ourselves, and I'm going to go with my other name that I'm known by in the gaming world. Whoops, I misspelt that. Which is Emerus. I'm known by that name over on Nintendo. I don't use it very often. I generally tend to go by the name of Dark Swordsman for the majority. We'll keep that the same. As for this bit, we're going to go with the Warrior, because that's the class that I prefer. Burial Gift. What should we go for? I'm going to choose... Actually, what am I going to choose? I might just go ahead and grab this as well, because why not? Actually, no, wait, never mind, scratch that. Let's go with this one. I'm not going to bother worrying too much about my appearance, because we're hardly going to see my appearance behind all the armour and stuff. I know there are players out there that like to do a lot of work with their characters and like make them look really good, but me, I'm not too fussed about that. Okay, so this first area is a solo area, just to clarify. Let's see here. So I'm going to try to make sure I get all the items as well for the most part. Though one of those items is going to be an absolute pig to get in a minute, because we do have something pretty tough coming up that we need to deal with, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Any souls that you pick up right now that you can consume, I would recommend not using them for the time being, because you will not be able to level up until after the first optional boss has been taken care of. So just bear that one in mind. So to progress, we actually need to be going... let me get rid of these guys a minute. To progress, we need to be going past this guy here. However, we are going to go and clear out a optional bit first of all, just so that we're covering everything. So let's make our way through here. Where are you? There you are. This thing can be an absolute pain. He is beatable. Just got to time your blasts, really. Make sure you're not burning too much stamina in one go. Don't be afraid to use your flasks as well, because there is a bonfire coming up. Just going to use this flask a minute to heal. It is also possible to stagger him as well, but right now he's not playing ball. Wow, okay. He's not playing very nice at all right now. just keep chipping at him bit by bit for now. Come on now. Got him. I expected to finish up with very little health. You know, that was standard. I'm not surprised that he took quite a few chunks out of me, if I'm honest. Just a minute. So I just needed to adjust my microphone a little bit. Granted, I want you guys to be able to hear me, but at the same time, I kind of need to be able to see what I'm doing. And unfortunately, my mic was just a little bit too high and was blocking my eyesight a tad. Not that I'm blaming that on why I took so many hits, obviously, because regardless of whether I could or couldn't see, I still would have probably taken the same amount. But anyway, moving swiftly on. Just grab this. Now there is an item that requires us to jump. I just need to... yeah, just needed to double check what the jump button was again because it's been a little while. And the controls seem to be slightly different with each different Dark Souls game and Elden Ring as well. And then of course there's Demon Souls as well. Okay, so let me see if I can do this. Ah, nope, I missed. Okay, we can try again in a minute. Let's get rid of him. So just through this archway is going to be our first boss fight, which is a solo boss fight, but he's not too tough to deal with. Surprise, mother trucker. Alright. That's them dealt with. I think that's all the enemies cleared now, so we just need to try and get that item that's up on the... oh, crap. He was wrong. There was an enemy still alive that he missed apparently. Oh, there's one more there as well, but we'll worry about him in a minute if need be. There we go. Second time's the charm. And we got a Titanite shard out of that, which we will need for upgrades later on. Or at least I will for my sword that I'm going after. Get rid of him. Don't want him interfering. Not that he could get onto the boss field, but... although right now there's nothing to stop him from charging onto the field, so... I'd rather just play it safe. Okay, so this is going to be our first boss fight. I'm going to start wailing on him now while I can. His attack patterns aren't too difficult to read. Again, like with the lizard, just time your blows. Don't burn too much stamina so that you've got plenty enough stamina to, you know, recover and get out the way again when he goes to swing. When you get so far through the fight, he will bring out this ugly alien ooze, which will hit hard if you take a hit from it. So again, this is where timing comes into play even more. We need to make sure we're not getting hit by it. If you had access to some fire, I'd recommend using that as well, but sadly at the moment we don't have fire. But there will be some creatures that we come up against later that also are weak to fire, that are very similar to what we just faced there, essentially with that ooze. And I will obviously show you guys what I mean by them being weak to fire and, you know, how it affects them and all that. Okay, so there's a few more items to be had, as well as another bonfire. Which actually I think we'll go and do that first. There is an optional enemy to go deal with in a minute. But he's particularly vicious, and granted we can beat him now, but he won't be an easy challenge. So we just want to... Oh, actually we need to talk to her
Welcome
first.
to the bonfire, unkindled one. I tend to the flame, and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones, and must be delivered to them. To this end I am at thy side. Farewell.
Okay, so she's the one that's going to allow us to level up. I kind of wish they'd left it the way it was in Dark Souls 1, where you just leveled up at the bonfire, but I don't know. Right, let me get my flask back.
Ashen produce the mark of ash.
Oh, shut up.
Very well, then take...
Obviously I'm going to be doing a load of level ups very shortly, but right now this will do us for a minute.
Farewell, Ashen.
Okay, things to note around here. This one here, she's the merchant, and her inventory will increase as we go through the game and we pick up ashes that we can give to her, and the ashes we give her will unlock stuff in her inventory. So for now she's got quite a small little inventory. I might grab this one off of her just in case I need to be able to summon myself, as it were. Over here we have Andre the Blacksmith. Probably quite recognisable from Dark Souls 1, but he can also do weapon infusements as well as a few other bits. There will be items called coals that we'll need to give him, and that will unlock the different infusements. As for the rest of the merchants and stuff, we haven't got them here just yet, but I will obviously point them out and show you them as and when we get them. Right. We're at 17 minutes on the recording. I think we're doing quite well so far. So next up then we're going to go and try and deal with this tough enemy. I very well might end up dying to this one, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I might just clear these two out a second, because otherwise they might get in my way. So the enemy in question is this one up here. Has a very, very powerful katana. As you can see, very, very quick as well. Oh, I screwed that up. Okay, change of plans. Let's... You know what, I might just retreat and reset the bonfire a minute, because I have just wasted 2 flasks trying to take him out. Because I was trying to use my powerful attack and it just did not work because I got outsped. So let's restart. Ideally, I'd like to see how far I can get through the game without dying as well. That's another challenge I'm setting myself this time round. Alright, let's try this again. Wow, okay. And back up and recover my stamina. Fall back, heal. Oh, what? I don't believe it. She parried me. Oh, that's just dirty. Now, one of the best ways to take her out is actually to knock her off the edge if you can, but it's not the easiest of things to do. In my case, I'm just going to do that. But yeah, one of the best tactics for taking her out is to knock her off the edge, and there are plenty of spots to do it. I just wasn't skilled enough to do it this time, and obviously it took all 3 of my flasks to, you know, bring her down. Oh yeah, and for the reward that we got from her, we got this one here, the Uchigatha katana. So that's the katana she was using, and then I think we also got the entirety of the... maybe not. Yeah, we got some of the Master's gear. We got 2 pieces of the Master's gear for beating her. Although I'm not going to bother putting that on because I don't really see the point. Okay, that's that. Oops. Ember. Get out of it. Nope. Oh, that was close. I almost went for a tumble. That would have been heartbreaking to die to a tumble after doing so well and not dying once as of yet. Get rid of you 2 a minute. I suppose I'm right around the side. Perhaps it's later. Oh, hold on. What's... there it is. I'm on the wrong bit of the path, that's why. Just get rid of these 2 a minute, because the last thing we want is them sneaking up on us, because it's a very thin, narrow ledge, and the last thing we want is to get knocked off of it. That would be a very nasty, cheap shot. Well, where did you 2 pain in the butts come from? Get out of here. Go on, do one. Alright, I believe that is all the items so far that we can collect. There are a few more in this area, but as of right now, it's going to be a bit difficult to get to them. So for now, we'll leave it at that. One last thing that I will show you guys before ending this episode and moving on to the next, where we are going to get a heck of a lot more powerful. Just over here is the giant, but a seed of a giant is yet to fall right now, but when it does we can collect that. And what the seed of the giant does, and if you've played Dark Souls 2 you'll already know this, but basically say you get invaded and they're being really annoying, hiding behind the mobs, you can consume a seed of the giant and it will make the mobs in your world attack them, so that they can no longer hide behind all of your mobs, making for an easy battle for them. Instead, it levels the playing field. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. I think we've done really well, actually, for a change. I'm really impressed with myself for once. It kind of makes up for my very piss-poor performance on Dark Souls 2 recently. Anyway, we're going to wrap the episode here. It has been slightly shorter than normal. But yeah, so we'll pick things up next time, where we're going to go to the Lothric High Wall, and we're going to obviously, you know, become more powerful, and we're going to start working our way through the next area. So take care. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section. Smash the like button. Consider subbing to the channel, and I'll see you all next time for more Dark Souls 3. Take care, folks.